I try to put myself in everything I do. When it comes to the certain concepts I do, each concept have a different part of Chavel inside of it. So it's not a thing where I would just look online and say, oh, this looks cool and I want to do it. I would go to sleep, literally go to sleep at night and wake up with the idea, and I would jot it down inside my book and I'm like, okay, Chavel, I got to do this today. Like for instance, there was a time I had a night, I went to sleep and I had a vision, I had grey hair. So I woke up in the morning and I was like, Mommy, we had any powder in the house? And I actually said no, and I actually had to run to the shop that same Sunday morning, buy powder, dab it in my head and take pictures, and that was just me doing my thing. I'm going to just mix up everything that I did in the paint series today. I'm going to mix up the tribal era, the golden goddess era, and the freedom era all in together. How I feel when I photograph, I feel free. The word alone just means a lot to me. I don't want to ever be in a box, ever. It started back in high school. I didn't really have the best high school life per se. So instead of writing my story, I just used pictures to tell my story. So that's what got me into photography really. I use props like paints and water and stuff. I don't think that photography is about just getting a pretty person and putting them on the beach and taking pictures. I think it's more of a story. I think it's more of art. You're telling a story, you're making people convey an emotion when looking at the picture. I don't follow much of the photography rules, as in a lot of photographers think it's about you have to use this certain exposure, this certain effect or whatever, a certain type of editing. I don't really care for that much. I have a vision of how I want the picture to look. I like jumping out of the box, and I like taking things to a different limit. Say exposure is supposed to be like a certain brightness, I will darken it, and that will be my effect. So I like to have things planned out. I have a book and I sketch out my ideas, even though it means drawing little stick men, how I want them to look and stuff like that. I would do that. I would write down all the props I'm going to use, whether it's paint, powder, water, whatever I'm going to use, I'll write it down. And I'll probably go over it with one of my friends and stuff like that to ask them how it sounds. One thing I always tell my clients is you must be able to take risks. That's a big major thing in my photography. Whether it means climbing on rocks, climbing up a tree, dashing water in your face for 5 seconds for me to take that picture. Just little things like that. And even with like hair and stuff like that, I usually ask first, because I don't want to just go and just dash painting somebody here, because I ain't not gonna get cussed out. So I ask for what kind of openness they have, what they do and what they don't do. Art direction is basically how you think, how you feel. When clients come to me and ask me, well, they see my work and they say they want to do a shoot, and I ask them, first I ask them, who are you? Now who are you? I say, what's your name? Well, what do you like? How do you think? If you had to use a certain prop, what would you use? And I don't want you to tell me all your business per se, but I just need to get a little bit to know you, so I can go into my head, I'm like, okay, cool. So this person sounds like this color clothing, this prop and so on, and I can more guide you into the shoot per se. Well, in high school, I was bullied a lot. I didn't really have the best high school experience. And even coming out of high school, I was faced with a lot of emotional abuse from people that I thought were really my friends and stuff like that. And for a while it got me down. I actually did come out of social media for a while, and I actually had to get back to who Chavel was. And from that day on, I mean, I must say it's the best decision I ever did, because I no longer think that I live to please people, and I no longer think that I have to do a certain thing just because people think it's right or whatever. I do things for me, and that's what makes me happy. My dream project, probably working for Vogue magazine one day. I mean, that's like, I mean, I don't know if that's every photographer's dream, but that is one magazine that I actually think that stands out because it's really different. I really would like to do that one day. And even, well, locally in Antigua, I really want to get an exhibition done and also maybe a couple of billboards up. So I just want to inspire, that's all.